Okay, guys, it's Shay Seeking back with part two, about the four acres act. We're just gonna get right into it. So it says this act is an organic act of 1900. On April 2nd, 1900, this person signed a civil law that established a civilian government in Puerto Rico. This law was known as the Four Acre. Now, think it's funny how if we even talk about something like this in real life for real right now, how all the devastation and everything happened to Puerto Rico. Just wondering. This law was known as the Four Acre Act for its sponsor, Joseph. Four Acre, an Ohio statesman, and also as organic act of, wait a minute. I'm going to have to look up the organic one too, because I think I pulled up 4 Acre. Okay. The new government had a governor and an executive council appointed by the president, a House of Representatives with 35. This reminds me of the 40 something elders for some reason in Revelations. 35, 45, somewhere around there. Okay. A judicial. Okay. Even like whenever I think judicial, I'm still thinking that this has something to do with Judah, because the scepter will never leave from Judah, and again, the scepter has something to do with rule or something, I would think, or a hierarchy in a certain sense. Someone with a staff. Oh, and then I'm thinking chief of staff or just staff. And okay, well, anyways, let's just keep going. With the supreme. So this is even making me think of a supreme God, okay? In their eyes, in their system that we live under, that we're trapped under, okay? And a non-voting residence commissioner in Congress. In addition, all federal laws of the United States were to be effective on the island. The first civil governor of the island under the Four Acre Act was Charles H. Allen, inaugurated May 1st, 1900 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Okay? So, let's go back this way. So then I'm like, okay, let me look up 35 elders, 35 something like this, right? And then it says something right here, protocols of the elders of Zion. Okay, that's something somebody could look up if you'd like. All right. Oh, the Burn trial. I don't know. Until then, the protocols had remained obscure. It now became an instrument for blaming Jews for something. Okay. And then it says here in 1838, the Joseph Smith. So this is another Joseph, possibly. See, I don't know what the fuck these people is, what these creatures are. You see what I'm saying? But I know that also they use names to carry on, positions and things like that too, generationally. Okay. And they also changed last names and altered things so that they can, and it would have been easier to do back then, right? Because there was no internet for you to go look up old pictures from 2 years ago, 20 years ago. See what I'm saying? So they could bring anybody and say that this is this person or something. All right. Or say somebody died and then relocate them to somewhere else and people wouldn't know. They can't, oh, I know this dude from this show or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's talking about these papers, right? All right. I thought that was interesting, the elders of Zion, so I just pulled that up. Right. So then now I put 4 Acres Act, 120 years. And it says something here about the HR 6246, the 4 Acre Act, Public Law 56. Okay. On April 12th, number 11, I'm guessing, 1900, bringing a something territory. There's a bunch of stuff probably in the middle of that. I just wanted to make this quick. Territory for close to 120 years. And then it says making it the eldest, largest something. Again, you can pull it up. We could pull it up. I'm not sure if I did or not because I want to just breeze through this. So then I looked at this here. Oh, this may be it pulled up. It says something about Puerto Rico has been under United States sovereignty and within the United States custom territory for close to 120 years, making Puerto Rico the oldest, largest, and most populous colony in the world. Yet, that's very interesting as well. Okay. What world? This world? Okay. The new world? Okay. Yet Congress has failed to respond to the people of Puerto Rico's continued quest for equality and self-determination. It has been the long-standing policy of the United States, and the United States citizens of the territory can democratically determine whether it should eventually become a state or a sovereign nation. Okay, let's see. So it's talking about something about the government of Puerto Rico. Voters expressed their preference among the three possible and internationally recognized permanent altar. See, here we go making an altar. Here we go making an altar. See, natives to territory status, statehood, independence, or nationhood in free association with the United States. Okay. Then it says something here about November 2012 and June 2017. Okay, status plebiscites are deemed sufficient to trigger. See, here we go with triggering again. All right. The transition process to statehood set forth in this section. This section does not prelude additional democratic self-determination under local or federal law. Then it says something about a task force on the equality for the United States citizen of Puerto Rico. Establishment. There is established within the legislative branch a Congress task force on equality for the United States citizens of Puerto Rico, hereinafter referring to as the task force. Duties: the task force shall, do a survey or survey the law of the United States and make recommendations to Congress and the President of the United States as to how laws that do not apply to the territory of Puerto Rico or apply differently to the territory than the several states should be amended or repealed to phase in equal treatment of Puerto Rico with the several states as appropriate, no later than January 1st, 2021. It's funny to bring somebody down to their knees, so then you be the one to go ahead and give them a hand up. Problem, reaction, solution. To further ensnare or trap. And once you are maybe free, they have to make something else occur that will bring you down to your knees again, so that they will be your daddy when you need help. And now it says something about make recommendations on potential temporary economic measures to assist Puerto Rico. So now we're talking about measuring here. Okay. Okay, so I think I just did that part right here. Purpose, timelines, rules, guidelines, election. Membership. The task force shall be comprised of 9 members as follows: 4 members of the House of Representatives, House of whatever they got going on. Termination. Okay. Reports may contain dissenting views. Okay. See, I be wanting to look at everything, and I be forgetting that I'm trying to just get to a place. Termination upon issuing the final report under paragraph 8B, the task force shall terminate. Okay. Implementations upon the receipt of the final task force report under paragraph 8B, Congress shall ensure that as appropriate federal law that do not apply to Puerto Rico or apply differently to the territory than the several states or amendments placed and phase in the equal treatment of Puerto Rico with the several states later than January 1st, 2021. Okay, all acts or parts or of acts in conflict with the permission of this act whether passed by the legislator of Puerto Rico or by Congress, shall be replaced or amended to conform to the provisions of this act. And then it says B, Puerto Rican will cease to be a I don't think I got that part. Let's see. Oh, okay. Unincorporated territory of the United States, and will become a incorporated territory of the United States until its final admission into the Union as a state no later than January 21st, with the excerpts of those parts that are not in conflict with this act. What parts? With those parts that are not in conflict with this act. The following shall be replaced or repealed, The Puerto Rican Federal Relations Act of 1950. So I'm guessing this was an alter that was done then. All right. Federal law. Let's see. Immediate admission to okay. United States citizenship. No provision of this act shall operate to confer United States citizenship, nor terminate citizenship hereto, whatever the fuck that is. Okay. Hereto. Lawfully acquired, nor restore citizenship terminated or lost under any law of the United States or under any treaty to which the United States is or was a part. Okay. And this is the severability. If any provision of this act or any section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, or individual word or application thereof to any person or circumstance is held invalid, the validity of the remainder of the act of the application of any such provision, section, subsection, sentence, clause, phrase, individual word. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Word to other persons and circumstances shall not be affected thereby. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's move on over to, nope, we did that one already. Now, let's move over here real quick, because I'm just going to look at a couple of verses here about old age, because that's what we're talking about, right? So I just want to see how these things flow with what we're talking about. Now, it says something here about Proverbs, about gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained in righteous life, okay? Even if you're old age, even to your old age, I am he. And to gray hairs, I will carry you. I have made and I will bear. I will carry and will save. Okay. That's from Isaiah. Again, I don't need to say it because y'all see where it is. Okay. It just distracts me. Wisdom is with age and understanding in length of days. Okay. Length of days. See, the days make me think about the sun, the light. You see what I'm saying? And then, you know, how it was day and night and day and night and evening. Okay. They still bear fruit in old age. They are ever full of sap and green. Okay. So even to old age, the gray hairs, oh God, do not forsake me until I proclaim your might to another generation, your power to all those to come. Look at that. Until they give it to the other people to come. It's almost like even talking about the Tower of Babel or Babel, whatever you want to call it. And them basically, after it was taken down, they saved and reserved that language and gave it to the new people that came in, the native peoples. Okay. Do not cut me off in the time of old age. Forsake me not when my strength is spent. And again, for when my strength is spent. Now, that's exactly what I was just talking about when it comes to the things that happened in Puerto Rico with these storms that really damaged a lot of things for a lot of people. Okay? And left them waiting for a long time for certain things. Now, see, I think that these governments, they play with each other. This is kind of like the arm behind the back. You know what I'm saying? Twisting your arm. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. The glory of young men is their strength. Okay? So yeah, the young men. So this is the younger, could be talking about the younger generations of the old. It could be talking about the younger generations of this world. And it can also be talking about the younger groups of people that came in, immigrants or whatnot. Okay? But the splendor of the old man is their gray hair. Okay? You shall stand up before the gray head and honor the face of the old man, of an old man. Okay? This could be an old man, like an elderly, or it can be talking about a aborigine, or we could be talking about a man of renown. It could be talking about lots of things. Okay? And you shall fear your God. I am the Lord. Okay? So we don't lose heart, though our outer self is wasting away. Our inner self is being renewed day by day. So what is going on? I mean, it just makes me think about the Dominican and the other, is it Haiti or Haiti? Okay. That is connected. Y'all can just tell me if I'm wrong. You know, y'all know how it is. When I'm in tune with something, a lot of stuff slip my mind. Okay. And how the lighter and darker, and now they're talking about there's problems with people getting killed, and you know, it's just a lot of things going on. Okay. So grandchildren are the crown of the aged. Okay. Or grandchildren. Could they be children that are grand, or could we be talking about what we think is a grandchild? Okay. Or the 3 generations, right, that would pass. Okay. Possibly. Okay. And the glory of the children is their fathers. Okay. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. These wings also, I think, have to do with in your mind. Okay. Flying high. Okay. The years of life are 70. Okay. Or even by reason of strength 80, yet their span is but toil and trouble. Okay. So I'm just wondering if this is talking about you know, the living creatures, like their terms or their times, or how we just seeing them doing all these acts and all this shit behind our back. We don't know who none of these people is making these decisions and all this other stuff. It's just strange. It's just so strange how much we don't pay attention to or don't know, you know. Yet their span is but toil and trouble. Okay. Now I have been young and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken. So even here, what is the act called again? I think it's called the foreraker. But see what I'm saying? If you take that S out in the end, okay? Or his children begging for bread. Could this be the person we talking about? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, this could be begging for bread like nourishment, or it could be talking about bread by education, indoctrination, these things like this, right? Older men are to be sober-minded, dignified, self-controlled, sound in faith, in love, and in steadfastness. You shall come to your grave in, okay, now this is Job here. You shall come to your grave in ripe old age, like a sheaf gathered up in its season. You see what the fuck I'm saying? Job 32. I said, let days speak. See, in many years teach wisdom. Still making me think about looking at the luminaries or looking to these people to see what they've been doing, the sun, or, you know, the light, or the day, you know, and what they've been doing over the years. See, because just like this system changes not when it comes to us, God said he changes not, right? But it says in Revelation, until the end days, or those last days, right? Then you'll see a war in heaven and brothers fighting against brothers. You see what I'm saying? Right? Older women, okay? Older women, and even let days, that could be the lighter version. Israelite or lighter versions as well, okay? In many years, meaning elders possibly, teach wisdom. So they learning from the elders, but they let the speakers of houses look like the lighter version of, right? Okay? Older women likewise are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderers or slaves, not slanderers or slaves, too much wine. Again, wine could be talking about blood. They are to teach what is good. Okay? Because again, the women could be talking about those who have been colonized as a whole. Okay? Because they are the ones that go under the wing of the government, their father, right? When this happens. So then the Lord said, okay, my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His days shall be 120. Okay. All right. His days shall be 120 years. Moses was 120 when he died. His eye. Was this talking about his third eye? You see what I'm saying? Was undimmed, and his vigor unabated. Abated. I've been hearing that word a lot. His eye. Now, why would we only need to talk about one of his eyes? You see what I'm saying? See, what did Moses do against God that made him mad that he couldn't go over? Was it something about him being a little woke or, seasoned really well? You see? Just wondering. Listen to your father who gave you life. Now someone is going to become a living creature, right? Which they're going to matter to the governing and be protected internationally, right? And do not despise your mother when she is old. Okay? So that's going back to your roots, to the womb that they came out of. The dark womb, right? Even though now you're light now, but the dark womb you came out of, you see what I'm saying? Honor thy mother and father, right? So you get the wisdom from, wisdom is mother. All the other shit is father, right? As for yourself, you shall go to your fathers in peace. See, the lawmakers. That's what we talking about right here. You shall be buried in a good old age. Okay? Just wondering what we're talking about here. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay? Yet for love's sake, I prefer to appeal to you. We make appeals. They make them in court, right? I, Paul, an old man and now a prisoner, also for Christ Jesus. And notice it don't say Jesus Christ or just Jesus. It's Christ is first. Okay? And your life will be brighter than the noonday. Its darkness will be like the morning. The morning star, maybe? Satan or, Jesus was supposed to be the morning star or something. I think they're both light bearers. He gives power to the faint and to him, or Christ. Could we be talking Christ because we just said something about Christ? I don't know if that's the same book. No, it's not. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. Who is that? So see how we made this reference in these two books here? We're talking about the same thing, or they wouldn't have put it here. Okay? Same type of situation. So the life, that's living creatures, and the darkness are those who are dead in the Sheol. The Aboriginal, those who have been cast out, and they use them for wisdom and nourishment and everything in that way. But financially, economically, the father is the nourisher. Okay. And for the poor. All right. And then now we make the reference to the faint. See what I'm saying? All right. And the ones with no might increases strength. And that's mental. Right. All right. He shall be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. Okay. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you. Now, I think there was a reference for that too that I skipped over and I forgot, but I'm not going to go back to it. Who is more to you than 7 sons, has given birth to him. Okay, excuse me. Oh God, from your mouth you have taught me, and I still proclaim your wondrous deeds. So even to old age and gray hairs, oh God, do not forsake me until I proclaim your might to another generation, your power to all those to come. Now, we're not going to go through all 100. Let's start skipping some now. But I just wanted to see what that big one was. Remember also your creator. Remember also your creator. Not God, not Jesus, but your creator. In the days of your youth, before the evil days come and the years draw near, of which you will say, I have no pleasure in them. See, who is this talking about? Before the sun and the light and the moon and the stars are darkened, okay, and the clouds return after the rain, which could be raining, like control or a government, okay, in the day when the keepers of the house tremble. Who is this? And the strong men are bent, and the grinders cease because they are few. Okay? And those who look through the windows are dimmed. Who's looking through the windows or the portals? See? And they want to dim that shit, right? Somebody want to dim something. This could be either way. And the doors on the street are shut. Like your stores and shit. I'm saying, when the sound of the grinding is low, and one rises up at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of song are brought low, they are afraid also of what is high. See, and the terrors are in the way. And the terrors are in the way. The race for the vaccine, the race for this, what they show you on the news in red letters at the bottom. Okay. The almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper drags itself along, and desires fail. This reminds me of something I seen in the UK. With those workers and the small business owners did a documentary and how they were crying and they were upset, and it seemed like everything, they losing everything. But at the same time, us being the American Aborigines, I'm not using them exactly. I'm just saying because that was the only time that I seen somebody really focus on small businesses. Okay. And Canada also does, right? But America doesn't. So when it's saying this, remember the grasshoppers was going to come and consume, or locusts and all these other things, right? But desire fails. So again, the people who really depended, the middle class and small bit, the people that had been given loans and allotted different things or whatever all this time that they give you a hard time with, they are having a problem right now. And again, it's a sad, bad time. But we ain't got shit. We ain't got no dog in the game. We don't have no bone in the game, whatever it's called. We don't have any. Again, I'm not saying to this system, right? See, we are rich within, right? This is why they need your antibodies. I'm going to keep on saying it. Okay? But what I'm saying is, in this system, we are undesirable, or we don't have much as a whole. They have people that are not your bloodlines, that are linked with their bloodlines, that look like you, that you've adopted in as if they're you, but you forget that they work for them. And they're puppets, and they're going to do what the fuck they're going to do to keep some money coming up in their pocket. And they don't really give a damn about you. They just have to show little acts of kindness, which are acts, again, in order to keep you worshiping them. while their puppet masters also rape you. Okay? This is why they use them for endorsements and all this other shit. You don't understand? It's all trickery. Sorcery, trickery, whatever. All right? Because man is going to his eternal home and the mourners go about the streets. Who the fuck is we talking about? I mean, I'm just thinking even George Floyd. You see what I'm saying? This is what is constructed, y'all. And we all in the act. Because the world is a stage and this is the matrix and this is what the fuck is going down right now. Okay? And this is why history repeats itself, because it's the same damn owners. Okay? Then he died at a good age, full of days. Lighter versions, I'm pretty sure. Or enlightened people in general. Illuminated, maybe, possibly. Riches and honor, and Solomon, his son, reigned in his place. Okay? And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Because man is flesh, right? See, we battle not against flesh and blood. I mean, not against flesh and blood, but the rulers. See? Because I told you, these people, the smaller people in their construct don't have any power. Regular workers and everyday white folks don't have no power. It's the government, which is their father, and they are protected by the system. You are not. This is why you can get killed and no one will go to jail, by people of authority only. If a white person kills you, he's going to jail and he get caught. Okay? Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. The righteous flourish like the palm tree, hence South Carolina. And actually, I think I just found a Lebanon on a map, an older map in that area. Actually, I think I did. Matter of fact, last night, I think, and I took a snapshot of it just to keep it, just in case I needed it, right? They are planted in the house of the Lord. And I think this is that tree, right? That Moses, I think, asked him to talk to him about. Why does these people keep treating this way? And he said it's because they went in on a certain tree that they were not supposed to touch, right? Okay? They flourish in the courts of our God. Okay? And even we talk about, it just make me think about basketball players and stuff, you know, just thinking they got to be, when they be scouting these boys, they ain't coming for no damn reason. And they know exactly where to go. And they don't go to Africa. See, because they thought you went there to go get Africans because they were stronger and all this other stuff. No, they go right down south. Okay? They still bear fruit in old age. They are even full of sap and green. Say not, why were the former days better than these? Okay? Let's just keep on going. Abraham, and then I saw the widow. She was whatever. She was 84. She did not depart from the temple, worshiping and fasting and prayer, night and day. And there was a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel. Could be Thaniel, depending on who was pronouncing it and what original tongue. The tribe of Asher. She was advanced in years, having lived with her husband 7 years from when she was a virgin. Now, see, we're not talking about actually a virgin here. I think I did something on one of these verses that had to do with this. A virgin can also mean before, when you were not awake, right? And now you're like a bride ready, you know what I'm saying? So this is a mental thing. This is a mental ascension, right? And joining with the original. See, this is the way I look at it anyway. Again, I'm never here to tell you what it is or ain't. I'm just simply sharing what it looked like to me. Okay? Because again, see how it says here? And then as a widow until she was 84, she did not depart from the temple, worshiping and fasting and praying night and day, and coming up at that very hour, she began to give thanks to God and speak to him of all who were waiting for the redemption of Jerusalem. So teach us to number our days, that they may get a heart of wisdom. Okay. Let's see. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. See, go back, ancestry. As your father, and he will show you. Ask your father, okay? Ask your father, and he will show you. Your elders, and they will tell you. See, he deprives of speech those who are trusted and takes away the discernment of the elders. See, he deprives of speech those who are trusted. So censoring, okay, tracing, okay, and takes away the discernment of the elders. See, if you can't see what the fuck we talking about, then I don't know. This is going on right now. People being censored because they do have rights, and the discernment of the elder, because everything outwardly is for them, like the rights that protect them, and all of our shit is within. We just have been given the illusion of inclusion, so we think that we are the same as everybody else, and it's not.